to record. And so this is my document camera. I also need to see you guys. And I need to see this. All right. So I'm still figuring all this out. And I know that you guys are still figuring all this out. So it takes time and I might mess up and I'm just trying to do my best. But what I ideally want is to have my face on the screen, you be able to see me take notes. I might take notes like this. I might take notes using this other app that I have. I'm just going to play around with things for the first couple weeks and figure out what what's going to work for me. Hold on. I need to make sure that there's nobody waiting. Sean, are you in here? Sean? Good. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Okay. All right. Now, because I have to still play around. Hold on. Because what if I went over here? Aha. See all these little things. I'm sorry, guys. It's like, all right. If you digitally raise your hand, I see, and you'll be able to see a little green hand that goes up next to your microphone. Okay. Now, sadly, I can see Robert Miller all the way to Josh Cho. I can't see after Josh Cho all the way down to Naomi, and there's probably somebody under Naomi that I can't see. So I want you to actually just speak up and say, Mrs. Grant. And then you'll have to tell me who you are. Like, Mrs. Grant. Sarah. I'm Sarah. I have a question. Or something like that. So hi, Miles. You're practicing, Miles? It jumps to the top when you raise your hand. And also, Miles, can I say that this is really exciting because I think that I'm going to have you all year long. And oh my gosh, I'm excited. So, I think good. So your name is going to jump to the top, so I'll be able to see you. All right. So here are our notes for today. Our notes for today are just about graphing. Now, I did not get very far in period 2 at all because there were so many technical issues. I was trying to figure it out and all that. I mean, it's only day 2 of school, so that's always an issue. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go to the same spot that period 2 got to, and then I'm just going to continue the notes tomorrow. So I'm basically cutting today's lesson into 2 parts because I couldn't do it all in one day. It was just way too much. Yeah, it was way too much. All right. So I'm hoping that you all have this, a piece of lined paper or something so that I can, let me see. Okay, so I can see you straight. You sadly can see the arm of my document camera, which is kind of lame. I don't know how to fix that. It's just this giant document camera. Okay. All right, I think that'll be okay. So all right. The first page that you see here is all review stuff, just like recapping. So for example, the domain and range. The domain is going to be all of my X values. Now you're taking notes along with me. So you need to be copying things down as I go, especially if you don't remember. I know that, for example, I taught domain and range to my Algebra 1 students in like November of the school year, which means last year you had geometry, the year before you had Algebra 1, so you might not have done domain and range for a solid year and a half or more. And so some of these things are going to be difficult and you're going to have to just say, oh yeah, that's what, oh yeah. We'll go slow and then you can ask questions, okay? So the domain is all the X values, the range is all the Y values. Here's an example of what a mapping diagram looks like. The X is the domain, get matched up with a y value, the range, okay? A function up here means that the x values are all different. And nothing repeats. No x values repeating. Okay? So that's what a function means. Like, oh, yes, it's a function, or no, it's not a function. Remember, table of values, domain, range, okay? All that. All right. In our homework, surprisingly, there's nothing about domain and range. And so what we're going to do for homework tonight is talk about like equations of lines. So here's the 3 different equations of lines. I've got slope-intercept form, where this m is my slope, and the b is the y-intercept. Maybe you remember this, maybe you don't. I think that I can zoom. Yeah, I can. All right, in point slope form, my y1 value is going to be like an ordered pair. My m is going to be the slope that I'm given. And my x1 value is going to be the number in the ordered pair I was given. So I'm going to, for point slope form, I am given a point and the slope. Hence the name point slope form. You use point slope form when you are given a point and when you are given the slope. Standard form has A, B, and C are all numbers. And it means that the X and the Y are both on the left. And I have a song. Are you ready for the first song? Day 2. I'm already singing to you. It's a Beyonce song. But I don't know if Beyonce's good at math or not. So I don't know. It goes, to the left, move the X and Y all the way to the left, which means that I need my X and my Y on the left-hand side of the equal sign. That's standard form. And so you can think of Beyonce every time you think of standard form. Okay. All right. So standard form has a couple of rules. A must be positive. And you can have no fractions. So those are some rules for standard form, okay? All right. Right here on number 4, that's just telling you how to find slope. If I'm given 2 ordered pairs, x1, y1, x2, y2, if I'm given 2 ordered pairs, the way that I find the slope of those 2 ordered pairs is to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? So there's that, all right? That's easy. So now we're going to move on, and I'm going to do some examples from the back. So turn the page. And I can't fit all of these examples in, but I do have 15 minutes, which is like even better than I had the other period. So that's really good. So what I want to do is I want to do finding slope here. Remember, x1, y1, x2, y2, right? So I'm going to do y2 minus y1, 2 minus 2, over, remember, y minus y over x minus x is my slope. Y minus y is 2 minus 2. x2 minus x1 is negative 1 minus 5. Okay? So easy. Maybe you think it's easy, hopefully. 0 over negative 6. This, when the zero's on top, is a 0 slope. So when there's a 0 on top and then there's a number at the bottom, that's going to be a 0 slope. If I had a number on top and then a 0 on the bottom, that's when I have an undefined slope. And another for your information, a zero slope looks like this, a flat horizontal line, whereas an undefined slope is up and down, and that's a vertical line. So I hope this is all coming back to you and that you're remembering all of this. Okay. All right, that's slope. Easy enough. If you have any questions, ask now because I'm going to move on. Okay. I don't think anybody's in the waiting room. That's like my biggest fear, that some kid is sitting in the waiting room and they can't get in. But I think we're good. Okay. So now, all right, the directions say find the value of k. Now k is unknown. We don't know what it is. It's just a number. We could say it's like x, but the problem is I don't want to use x because x is in equations of lines. So k is another variable that we use to say we don't know what it is. Find the value of k so that the given line has a slope of m. Let me tell you how to find slope. In standard form is ax plus by equals c. Remember that? Standard form from the front side. To find the slope, you're going to do the negative value of my a number over b. Remember, this is a, this is b, this is c, right? So here we go. I don't know what a value is. I know that b is -3, and I know that c is 7. And I was also told that the slope is 7. So here's what I'm going to do. Negative a, negative k, because I don't know what a is. So it's an unknown. Negative k over b. B was -3 equals the slope. The slope is 7. So what value of k? Negative something over -3 equals +7. Can I have a volunteer tell me negative what over -3 gives me a +7?
21, right?
It's 21. And then what's your name? All right, good. Thank you. So remember how we're earning participation each week, 2 points a week? So that would mean Vinay just got a participation point. I only need you to volunteer once a day because we need to let other people, help out. So don't like dominate and try and answer like 5 times in one day or even twice in one day. Let other people have a chance. All right. She said 21. So that's right. So K is a value of 21. And that was my question. Find the value of K. I did. K is 21. Now I'm going to go again. My A on number 2 is 6. My B is, I don't know. C is 10, but I don't care about 10. My slope that they gave me is -2. So I'm going to use this right here. Negative A over B equals my slope. Negative A, -6, over K, because I don't know what B is. -6 over B, negative A over B, equals my slope, -2. Now I need a volunteer to tell me -6 over what equals a -2? 3. And who are you? Joshua? Hi. Thanks, Joshua. Got it. 3. K equals 3 because -6 over 3 is -2. And you know what I didn't do over here? -21 over -3 equals 7. So that's just my check. Like a way for me to make sure that I'm doing it right and I'm doing good is I can actually plug the number in and just, yes, that is correct. Yes, this is correct. Okay. All right. I didn't do I didn't do number 3 and 4 with last period, but I want to make sure that there's no, yeah, on your homework tonight, I'm not asking that. So that's good. Okay, good. All right, let's go down. So let's not worry about number 3 and 4 right now. Number 1, standard form, ax plus by equals c. So what I've got here is I've got my slope is m, my y-intercept is my b, right? Well, when I'm given my m and my b, my slope and my y-intercept, that's slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals 2x plus 3. Right? Remember that? So then, since this is not in standard form, I need to change it to standard form. Change to, and I'll just put standard form. And that's to the left, move the x and y all the way to the left. So I need to move the x over to the left side. This 2x, the whole thing needs to move over. What do I do? Someone? And what's your name? Katie. Thanks, Katie. She's going to subtract 2x, keep them separate, negative 2x plus y. And then on the right-hand side, all I have is a 3. So one of my rules about standard form is my leading coefficient, my a, cannot be negative. So I change that by either multiplying the whole equation by negative 1 or just changing the signs. Positive 2x, change the positive y to a negative y, change the positive 3 to a negative 3. And this is totally fine in math. You have every right to completely change signs like that because you're basically multiplying the whole equation by negative 1, right? So there, I'm done with number 1. It's in standard form. All right, on number 2, I hope you guys didn't work ahead because I'm changing the slope here. The slope of 2/3 is way too difficult. Change it, please, to a slope of 2. I want to let you know that this is my x1, this is my y1, and this is my m. I was given a point and I was given the slope. That's point slope form. Let me write it. Y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. And I told you on the front side that my y1 needs to have a number plugged in for it. The m has a number plugged in for it. And x1 has a number plugged in for it. So I need to substitute numbers in for all those places where I put those little stars. And the numbers that I plug in are right here. 2 is the x value, 1 is the y value, and 2 is my slope. So I'm going to rewrite it, and instead of where the stars are, I'm going to put numbers in. So y minus y1 is 1 equals m, my slope, is 2. X minus x1. So I write x, but then with the star over it, my x1 is going to be minus, and then x1 is actually 2. So in order to make this into standard form, I need to distribute and then get the x term over to the left-hand side. Distribute the parentheses. And then I'm going to move the x term over by subtracting it. And I realize I might be going fast, so I'm going to take a second and let you catch up. All right. Add 1 over to get like terms together. right? Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. There we go. The negative sign in the front cannot be. So switch all the signs or multiply the whole equation by -1. Positive 2x minus y equals positive 3. And this is very close to the other example. So maybe I'll have to change the slope to like a 4 or something. All right. So what that means is we're done with notes for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you be looking at our homework. So look at the screen. Now, this is the notes page right here. This paper right here, Algebra 2, Review 1, this is the homework. But I only want you to do 1 through 5. Okay? You're stopping here at number 5. And I want to let you know that this slope, hello, red circle. That's basically the same as 3/4. 0.75 cents in a dollar is 3/4 of a dollar. So if you want to change this to 3/4, that might help you. Also, a slope of 1/2 could be the same as 0.5. So you could change the slope to 0.5 and leave this be as 0.75. Depends on if you want to work with decimals or if you want to work with fractions. Okay? But just because there's decimals and fractions doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means you have to think harder. Welcome to Algebra 2. So your homework is only 1 through 5, and I need you to upload it to Google Classroom and upload it to like the classwork section where your name is. So that's going to be your scanner app. You take a picture with your phone and you upload it so that I can see that you did 1 through 5. Okay? All right. Any questions? Because it's time to stop, but do you have any questions? Okay. The student support today is from 12:40 to 1:10. Any of this was hard for you or you need help, you need to come to student support. Okay? So we are done. I'm going to say goodbye and have a great day.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Can we print out our the homework or should we just try it on next time?
It's up to you. Maybe your printer doesn't work. Maybe you like writing on the screen. It's personal preference, whatever you want.
Can we just write down the answers on the paper and upload that?
No, because then how are you showing your work? I need work shown. If you don't show your work, you're not getting credit. You must show your work.
I mean, like the work and the answers for the question, just not the question itself.
Yeah, but if you're going to spend the time to write all the work, then can you just write the question real quick? Not the directions, just like the point and the slope or something. Just keep your work organized. All right, guys, you gotta have at least a couple minutes break before you go into. Oh, you have break right now. Good. All right. Email me or I'll see you at student support. Bye.